These are the only 5 dribble moves that you'll ever need. Let's get started. All right, you're gonna need all 5 of these moves for different situations, so I'd say they're all pretty equally important. So make sure you stay tuned for all of them. But the first one is gonna be the inside out dribble. And with this move, the hand's gonna be on the outside of the basketball, come over the top and rotate it back out, almost like in a circular motion like that. And the reason this is one of the moves that you absolutely need with both hands is because it's so versatile and you can do so much with it. And it allows you to almost get off a quick fake and then come back to the original direction, but all in one bounce, so it's faster. And here's why the move's so versatile. You can change the angle that you're gonna fake a million different ways. I could fake this way, I could fake this way, I could fake more out, I could fake more here. I can go any direction with that first movement to fake, and then when I have my hand come over the top of the ball, I can change directions a million different ways. So I could come from back and then push forward. I could come sideways, I could come forward then back, I could come forward then forward the other direction. And this is just a must-have move because even if you're not gonna use the opposite foot or sell a big fake, just having this rotation movement is great because it allows you to get the ball out to the side here where you can get it all out of the reach of defender's arms, or you can use it to just kind of pull the ball back. So having the ability to do this in all kinds of different directions with your footwork and the ball movement and doing it both wide, high, low, and super tight without hardly any ball movement on the actual in and out dribble is really important. But it's this versatility that makes it a must-have move. Now for this and all your moves, you're gonna have to have good handles and footwork. The free workout pinned to the comments will help you get all that. Next move you need is this, but you need a bunch of different ways to do it. So what this is a protection dribble where basically your body is sideways to the defense. Now this is something where typically I would say only spend 1, maybe 2 dribbles in this position and then get out of it so you can get in a better position to attack. And some of the moves I'm gonna give you later are gonna help you give you different options to get out of this. But the main thing you wanna think about is being able to step in with the opposite foot to get into this protection to protect it from the defense, or you can use this to kind of close space on them. A lot of times if you kind of go like this, they kind of invite that contact. It allows you to get closer to the defender so that way you could blow by them. It's easier to beat them when you're closer. You can also do this coming up with the court and then slow step and act like you're going to retreat back the other way and then blow by defenders. You can also use this when defenders are pressuring you, and you can use this to hop and then come back square and then drive, get into some of the other moves we're going to talk about. And instead of stepping in with the opposite foot, you can think about stepping back with the ball side foot. So there's a lot of different ways to get in this, and then there's a lot of things you can do out of it. If you want some more specifics on different types of footwork and ball movements to use for any of the moves in this video, I'll have some videos for you at the end. Next move you need is the crossover. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because I think everyone knows they need a crossover, but you want to make sure you got different variations for it down. That's why it's a move you need, because like the in and out dribble, it's real versatile with what you can do with it. You can use this to pull the ball back. You can add a fake in one way, then pull the ball back. You can come side to side. You can do it on the run as soon as the foot plants, get into a crossover. You can hesitate, wait, then step out and cross like Iverson does. You can kill it low, you can push it high and over a defender's arms and really throw the ball out there to cover some ground. You can angle it forward, you can use it to come to the side and create angles to shoot, drive, or cross over, or pass, right? There's tons of things you can do with it. Make sure you got all the options, angles down, and ability to do something with the ball in the air before getting into that crossover. Moving that ball in all kinds of different angles before the crossover, and then also moving in all kinds of angles after the crossover. Next move you need is a between the legs. And the reason for this is it allows you to get in closer to the defense, but in a good stance where you can really explode in this direction, or push off and come to this direction. And since you're going between the legs, you got a little bit of protection with the legs so the defender can't poke at it so easy. And it allows you to sneak this foot in closer to them. So like we talked about before, you have the ability to get past this foot easier if they got one of their feet closer to you. Or I could even use this to sneak in towards the back foot potentially, but the top foot is usually gonna be the easier one to beat. But like all the other moves, I wanna be able to do a little something with the ball before I get into it, different types of footwork. And I wanna be able to do this from different positions. For example, from upright, dropping down with both feet splitting. I wanna be able to step into it fast. I wanna be able to step back into it. I wanna be able to step into it slow for a change of pace. I also wanted the ability to pull the ball back more in that between the legs, push it more forward, and maybe even add some jab steps after. Again, I'm gonna give you a bunch of specifics in one of the videos at the end. And you'll see a lot of NBA players use this on setup dribbles, and they'll give defenders different timings, movements, things like that to get close to them and get a read while keeping the ball a little more protected, but putting their legs in a good stance to beat them. One other thing you want to think about is coming from this between the legs and bringing that back foot in to shoot. Really any of these moves, being able to just bring the back foot in to shoot or bringing the front foot back to shoot. And like the crossover, there's a lot more. You can do it down low and drive that back leg forward to drive. You can come from high to low. You can shuffle out to the side. You can shuffle and then shuffle. You can shuffle the opposite direction. There's just a ton you can do. Another move you're gonna need is the behind the back. This gives you more of a full protection while allowing your body to stay facing forward so you can attack left, you you can attack right, you can see what's happening on the entire court, and you can see the rim, so you can pull up for a shot real quick. Like the crossovers, you want to be able to do this almost like a snatchback where you're pulling the ball back and maybe selling a fake into it. You want to be able to do it from the 1-2 speed stop, go more side to side. And you also want to have a different version, which is the wrap behind the back. The dribble motion's a little different on that one, where you're bringing it to the opposite hip and then pushing it forward. Whereas most of the other ones, you're pushing it more side to side. Even if my body's facing sideways, I'm still kind of going parallel to my body here. And this can come in handy from that protection dribble to wrap the ball forward, or you could come from this protection dribble and get into between the legs just to kind of bring things back together. And really any of these moves, we can bring them together. That in and out, the crossover, the between the legs, this protection dribble. You want to think about combining these moves in different ways and adding different footwork. Again, the free workout that's pinned to the comments will help you take your handles and footwork next level. And in the description, I'm going to have some videos that are going to help you get down your basic between the legs, behind the back, some more tips for those, your in and out dribble and your crossover, and then variations of all the moves, so you have different types of footwork, angles, things like that, where I can guide you through specific moves and when they would make sense. Hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on all notifications, and I'll see you in one of those videos with a free workout next.